What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk. About to get with it with the 2 Cent Deposit on Sports, episode 12. You can follow us. You can follow the show live, so you can interact with us with your Twitter account by going to blab.im. That's blab, blab.im, and search for at Get With It Sports. You can watch the show later, uncut, at our YouTube channel, Get With It Sports 2, or listen to us while you're on the go by downloading the Spreaker app. That's Spreaker, Spreaker. Download that app and search for Get With It Sports Media. So, as always, we start off this show with the news tape. First off, let me pull this up. Oscar Pistorius, the South African Paralympic athlete, has been sentenced to 6 years behind bars for the murder of his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, in 2013. The sentence falls short of South Africa's 15-year minimum sentence for murder, with judges in the counties can bypass in rare circumstances. So, the guy, if you guys remember, Oscar Pistorius, I think he lost both of his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Paralympics. I think he even tried to be in the official Olympics at one time. His girlfriend was a model. Can't remember how that went. Pistorius shot Steenkamp, his girlfriend, 4 times through a locked bathroom door, and he claimed that he mistook her as an intruder. So evidently they didn't believe him. I think they say they had a heated argument. They had witnesses in the apartment that they was listening to him shouting at each other, and all of a sudden 4 shots rang out. He's claiming that he was in the bathroom because he heard an intruder. She knocked on the door. He gonna claim that he thought that she was the intruder and shot through the door. Now it could happen, but my thing is this. You the man in the house. That's your girlfriend. How you the first one in the bathroom? Number one. Number two, how you didn't make sure she was in the bathroom with you? And number 3, you didn't try to figure out if she was on the other. You got a gun, number 1. You didn't holler out saying, who's at the door. And if nobody answers, I can see you ring out shots, but you just gonna shoot through the door, not knowing your girlfriend is up in somewhere in the apartment. I can't believe that. So anyway it goes, the judge didn't believe it, so he got 6 years in prison. Hey, it is what it is, man. You could have did a better job of protecting your girlfriend. That's I'm just saying. So what you think, bro?
I'm trying to figure out why he only got 6 years.
because I think he's the number 1 athlete, probably face of South Africa, and he probably friends with somebody higher up, and they gave him a little break. That's what I'm just saying. Yeah. So instead of the 15-year minimum, he got his own little gift of 6 years.
That dude knew what he was doing, and who knew was a he. He knew who was in that apartment with him.
Yeah,
he knew what he was doing. He knew he killed that lady, his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So he bogus. The government, South African government, bogus. For how they handled the whole thing. So
totally agree. Yeah. So he got 6 years. We won't be hearing from him for a while. Moving on to a brighter note, it's finally official. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson shared the first photo from his wedding with R&B singer Ciara on Wednesday, confirming reports that the couple tied the knot at a castle in England. He captioned the photo, "We are the Wilsons." So he is married. It's official. He's off the market. What you got to say, bro?
Hey, I ain't mad at him. She fine. I know she already got a kid though, right? And I don't think
from the rapper Future.
Yeah, that's another story. But
right.
Hey, Russie, he got paid. He's one of better quarterbacks in the league. He playing on the winning team. Hey, he winning right now. Can't be mad.
Yeah, okay. He got the triple crown, bro.
Right.
The top quarterback, got paid, and got a fine wife. I ain't mad at him. All I know is, all you Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson fan, if his stats drop this year, there's a reason.
Yeah,
that's all. I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, man. Moving on. Tennessee settled sexual assault lawsuit. The University of Tennessee has agreed to settle the Title IX lawsuit with its 8 female plaintiffs for $2.48 million. The lawsuit asserted that Tennessee fostered a sexual hostile environment that involved favorable treatment to student athletes, including members of the football team, that were accused in most of the sexual assaults. As part of the settlement, Tennessee agreed to appoint a special independent commission to review the response to sexual assaults throughout the university, though the school isn't admitting to guilt, negligence, or unlawful acts. That's crazy. One of the claims in the suit alleged that the football coach Butch Jones called a former player a traitor for attempting to help a woman being victimized by at least 2 players.
Oh,
okay. Title IX, remember that. Title IX prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex by any education program or activities that's federally funded. So, to me, number one, like I said, I think it was last week we talked about this when Pat Summitt passed away. I am a diehard Tennessee Volunteer fan. Go Vols. But once again, I have respect to our women. I have 2 daughters. So to me, out of 8 plaintiffs, they only came up with $2.48 million between the 8. That seemed kind of low.
No balling, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For a financial, I would say educational institution, but let's be real. It's a financial institution also, because they get money off the football, off the basketball, and all that stuff, off the athletics. I think it should have been higher than that, but it's settled. We talking about some grown ass people. I don't understand why we have to have an appointed special independent commission to review the response of sexual assaults. You don't need, well, some schools do, I guess, because there's a lot of people that lost, a lot of schools that's lost, what is it called? Institutional control. Baylor University, for one. So, I see why you need an independent commission. Somebody outside of the school. So that's basically what it is.
Right. Somebody that don't have nothing independent, don't have nothing to gain.
Exactly. So I do see that, but I just think the 2.48 was kind of low. But it is what it is. They settle. Hopefully they get everything straightened up with my Tennessee Volunteers, and we can move on from that. Won't have to hear anything about this anymore. Now, about that Butch Jones head coach basically blasted a former player that was actually got into a fight with two of his former teammates on that situation. I remember that. And then he's going to deny it. So I wasn't there. He said, she says,
coach denied it.
The coach denied it. He said he didn't say that to the player, but the player, he transferred to another school. I think he transferred to Vanderbilt. I ain't sure, but that was big news about a year and a half ago. So hopefully all that's cleared up. Butch Jones learned his lesson. And this is a sensitive subject, especially with females. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everything gets straightened out with this situation.
Right.
So all right.
I like to hear that player, though.
Say it again.
I like to hear what that player have to say, though.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right, that's true. Moving on, we got the police investigating sexual assault claim against a Pittsburgh Pirate. Chicago police are investigating the claim that Pittsburgh Pirates infielder Jung Ho Kang sexually assaulted a woman in his hotel room during a road trip. A spokesman for the police department confirmed the investigation to the Chicago Tribune, as did Pirates president Frank Coonelly. Major League Baseball also released a statement acknowledging the investigation, saying they will monitor the progress of the investigation closely and will respond fully as additional facts emerge. Kang, who hasn't been charged with any crime, allegedly met the 23-year-old woman on a social media network site during a Pirates road trip to Chicago on June 17th and invited her to his hotel room. Police spokesman Anthony, I'm going to tap his name, Guglielmi, I think I said it right, told the Tribune.
Close enough.
The woman claimed she blacked out after the infielder served her an alcoholic drink and was sexually assaulted. Guglielmi said the woman, whose name is not being released, filed a complaint to the police 10 days after the incident was alleged to have occurred. So you got the infielder, met somebody on social media, invited her to the room in Chicago, gave her a drink. She said she blacked out, and she woke up and said she was sexually assaulted. And then she reported 10 days later. Give me your thoughts, bro.
It looks bad for her.
Yeah.
Okay. Not saying that, guys don't invite chicks over to their room, hotel room, whatever, but something like that happened. Why would you? I mean, not saying that it didn't happen. That's the last thing I'm saying, that it did not happen.
Right.
But you put yourself out there when you wait 10 days, what did you feel about it on the 10th day that you didn't feel about it on the first day? Right. That's my whole thing. Your girlfriends get in your ear, or, your boyfriend found out you was missing at some time. Well, I mean, what happened within them 10 days to make you say, okay, I need to report this? Right. It's just, I think because of that long wait, ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, they're gonna investigate, they're gonna look into it, but they're gonna say, hey, they're gonna look around the room. He ain't got the Bill Cosby pills in there.
Okay, right.
They gonna be like, they may just sweep it under the rug just because of the length of time she waited. That's what I think.
Right. Now, like I said, it could have happened. I'm not saying the lady. Right. I'm not saying she lying. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm like you. 10 days is a long time to admit this, to report this. Right. Number one. No, number two. I kind of blame Kang also on this, because you're gonna meet somebody on social media. To me, it looked like it could be a setup. I'm just my opinion. I could be wrong. It sounds like I said, you meet somebody on social media, you invite her to the room. She could have had too much to drink, blacked out, and then go use that. It could have been, like I said, could have been a setup. Right. She's trying to get some money off a Asian player. I don't even know if he speaks English. So it all looked kind of fishy on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we're wrong. It was all a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like you going up against Major League Baseball. You got to have all your ducks in a row. It just sounds kind of fishy. Right. And hopefully, if this gets smoothed over, if it's true, I hope they can find out and he get prosecuted. If it's not true, hope they can find that out. And
you get prosecuted for accusing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we have to wait and see how that goes. But it just didn't look good. Exactly. So moving on, we got the NFL running back unharmed after reportedly falling asleep at the wheel. Jacksonville Jaguars running back Denard Robinson announced Tuesday that he was involved in a single car accident on Saturday night, but said that he and the other passengers in the vehicle walked away unharmed. Robinson was asleep behind the wheel when police found his car inside a pond. What? The police officer woke Robinson and his passenger up and decided no DUI charge was warranted. After being awoken, Robinson thought he was still on the road and needed to be coerced to leave his vehicle. He exited via the passenger side, and police conducted a sobriety test, which revealed that he wasn't under the influence. After a relatively productive 2014 campaign, the former fifth-round pick struggled to carve out a role on the Jaguars' offense last season, with Jacksonville adding Chris Ivory in free agency and TJ Yeldon coming off an impressive rookie year. Robinson's opportunities continue to dwindle. So, bruh, my man fell asleep behind the wheel. The car was in the pond. They said it was sinking. The police saved him, basically.
That dude,
man, dude. Is it the NFL? The NFL? I ain't gonna say discount. Home. That don't sound. Number one, I understand. People fall asleep behind the wheel. I've done it. But for you to have a car, I don't know where the pond was. You mean to tell me you couldn't wake up when the car went into the pond? The car is sinking, which means I believe that the car is being filled with water.
right?
And you couldn't wake your ass up. You had to wait for the police to wake you up. And then when they woke you up, they had to coerce you out the side of the car. I'm not saying he was drunk. It was a DUI. But you were on something, bro. Something is seriously wrong with you. And when your passenger, was he asleep too?
Yeah.
Come on, man. What you got to say about this?
Yeah, that is suspicious. It's like I said, he must have really been tired. I've been tired before, but hell, when my car swerved, I'm up.
Right.
It's enough to scare me to keep me up the rest of the way. But yeah, I don't know. They did the alcohol test, so they say. Man.
Oh, okay. Maybe he wasn't on alcohol, but
right.
I'm not saying he was on some other type of situation.
Wasn't in their report though, so hey.
That's what I'm saying. It might have been happening in Jacksonville, or somebody was a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Somebody was a Denard Robinson fan and gave him a break.
Yeah, that's more like what it sounds like.
There you go. Because I can't believe you're gonna let this man go after this. That was crazy.
Luckily, he didn't hit nobody.
Exactly. You know what? After everything said and done, I am glad that nobody got injured. Nobody else was involved. It was just a single car accident. Learn your lesson. Go get you some sleep or drink you some coffee before you get on the road. That's just me. All right, man. Next up, we got the NBA situation. Now, we're going to talk about the NBA free agency tracker, but I just had to put this up here in the news tape because this is evidence of I know it's addiction. I got that. But you still stuck on stupid, bro, because you sitting here. They are throwing money at these NBA players first year out. And this man, OJ Mayo, is disqualified from the NBA for violating an anti-drug program. The unrestricted free agent guard has been dismissed and disqualified from the National Basketball Association for violating the terms of the NBA NBPA anti-drug program. The league announced this last Friday. He'll be eligible to apply for reinstatement in 2 years. So this man is out the league for 2 years after they just got through last week just throwing money at players. We're talking about $100 million contracts, and he can't get none of that for 2 years. Information regarding the testing or treatment of any player under the program is strictly prohibited from being publicly disclosed by the league, its teams, or the players association. The new collective bargaining agreement dictates that if a player tests positive for a drug of abuse, he will be dismissed and disqualified from the NBA. So as stupid as this is for OJ Mayo, who was doing a pretty good job in the NBA, he's a veteran. I think he's been in the league, 6 years, I believe, maybe 6, 7. He's not the only one. There's a list of previous drug suspensions where it's Roy Tarpley of the Dallas Mavericks is on it twice. There's been multiple New Jersey Nets, 1, 2, 3 Nets. And like saying, Roy Tarpley been on it twice. People like what's a known name? Chris Washburn of the Atlanta Hawks in '89. Like I said, Roy Tarpley been on it in '91 and '95. I don't know what kind of money he made with being on it twice. Stanley Roberts of the New Jersey Nets in '99, and the latest, and I do remember this, Chris Anderson, the Birdman, when he was on the New Orleans Hornets, was on it in 2006. OJ Mayo, 28, was suspended by the NBA in 2011 for 10 games after testing positive for, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, but the DHEA. Let me try. Dehydroepiandrosterone. like I said, DHEA,
right.
which he believed was contained in an energy drink he picked up at the local gas station. I'm tired of that excuse. He spent the past 3 seasons competing with the Milwaukee Bucks before hitting unrestricted free agency this summer. In 41 appearances during the 2015-16 campaign, Mayo averaged 7.8 points on 37.1% shooting. He sat out the final 18 games of the season after breaking his right ankle as a result of accidentally tripping down a set of stairs. So, bro, what you think about OJ Mayo being suspended for 2 years from the NBA?
He's an idiot, but no matter what I think, what anybody else think, ain't nobody more mad at OJ Mayo than OJ Mayo.
Yeah.
You know, I know every time he didn't start watching the news. He just started listening to sports. He don't want to hear nothing about nothing, you know.
Right.
He's trying to find a way what team overseas he can go play for the next 2 years. You know, that's what he's trying to do right now. You can get the hell out of the United States, away from this NBA where they're giving away all this money, you know, and it's just ridiculous that he's going to miss out on it, because actually out of some of the guys that got paid big, he's better than quite a few of them guys, you know. But
yeah,
that is crazy. Now I'm looking at this list you got here, you know, I forgot about Richard Dumas. That dude, man, he had a career.
Yeah.
He had a chance to have a good career in the NBA. I liked him, you know.
Yeah. So, you know what, OJ Mayo, I agree. I'm co-signing everything you just said. I understand it's addiction. I know it's a serious addiction. Evidently, like I said, it's a drug of abuse. So it could be crack, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines.
Yeah.
It could be any of the above, which I know it's a serious addiction. But you've been in the league long enough to get some help.
Right.
You're putting your career, your family. I don't even know if he's married or not, but you're putting your family on the line with this situation. And now he got to deal with it. I mean, he don't have anybody to blame but himself and whoever's around him.
Hey, somebody
should have gave him some help.
You definitely do it by himself.
Exactly. So wish the best for OJ Mayo. It's just, you know, it's just sad to see him lose out on all this stuff, but his life is more important than the money. So hopefully he get this help and get himself situated, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, man. So that's our news tape. We're gonna move on to MLB news. 2016 NBA 2016 MLB All-Star Game. The roster has been set. On Tuesday, July 12th, baseball best and brightest stars will convene in San Diego's Petco Park for the 2016 All-Star Game. The Home Run Derby will be held on July 11th, and the Futures Game will kick off the All-Star festivities on July 10th. Tuesday night, MLB announced the All-Star Game starters and reserved for both the AL and the NL. Fans were given the opportunity to vote for the starting position players in each league. The 2016 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot, available exclusively via MLB.com, team sites, and mobile devices, was accessible through June 30th. This is the first time I can honestly say I did not vote for anybody because I just forgot about it. I don't really care about the All-Star Game. I don't know. MLB ain't as exciting like it used to be to me. If it ain't got to do with my Chicago White Sox, I really ain't got too much to do with it. But anyway, the pitchers and reserve players for both leagues were determined through the combination of player voting and manager selection. By virtue of winning the 2015 pennant in their respective leagues, the Royals manager Ned Yost will manage the AL All-Star team, while Mets skipper Terry Collins runs the NL squad. Now, they got the list of the players on each roster, and I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I noted that on the AL side, this is the first time in history the entire All-Star starting infield and catcher are at age 26 or younger. So that's the first time, which is crazy to me. And on the NL side, if I ain't mistaken, and I know you happy about this, isn't the 4 infielders on the NL side Cub players, Chicago Cub players?
I'm loving that National League starting infield, man. They young and vibrant. They thing, and they just got it all together, man. They just
All right, stop. Enough of that, man. I ain't gonna have you lay this on thick.
This team out, they gotta be doing big things in the shot. You know,
shouts out to Anthony Rizzo, Ben Zorbis,
higher infield,
Addison Russell, and Chris Bryant for locking all the infield positions up for the Chicago Cubs.
Hush your mouth.
All right, man. So, number one, let me ask you something.
What's up?
Now, just to stay with the All-Star game. I'll watch the All-Star game. You know, I'll check it. When I was younger, I used to watch the All-Star game. Used to watch the home run derby. Used to watch all that. Now I can see I don't even watch the home run derby anymore because it's not exciting to me. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm getting older or whatever. And I'll catch if the All-Star game worth anything after the 7th inning, I'll sit there and watch it. What about you, man?
I haven't watched the All-Star game or the home run derby in years.
Wow.
They've changed the game so much, you know, ever since, especially since they made it this time it counts. That whole crap. You know, I don't agree with the whole whichever league wins the All-Star, that team has the home field advantage in the World Series. I don't like that. You know, it still should be if your team had a better record, your team got, you know, to have home field advantage.
Right.
You know, so that really just turned me off from the All-Star game. You know, they trying to, and the reason they did that was because nobody really watching it. You know, so they trying to implement something to make it, you know, okay, well, if we got to watch it now because if the National League win, they're gonna host the, you know, they had a home field in World Series or whatever, or American League, blah blah. I don't agree with that. I don't like that. It became too much of a showman thing or whatever. It's pretty much just like the Pro Bowl. You know, I haven't watched that in years. Right. Outside of last year's, maybe the last 2 years in the NBA All-Star game, I haven't watched the All-Star game. I watched the All-Star festivities, dunk contests, things like that. So all this extra stuff with a halfway mark, you know, they kind of over the top with it now. The NBA scene is a little closer to bringing it back to, I mean, just the festivities, because I think the game itself, they score like almost 400 freaking points, 500 points,
right?
Two teams or whatever. So it's just hard. And to cut this short after this, the main thing about the baseball All-Star game is nobody stays with the teams. So you don't know who's with who. You know how we used to get baseball cards or whatever. I mean,
right.
It changes. You know, the guy can be with this team this year, the next year he gone. You know, he can play with 5 teams in his career. And it wasn't like that when we was growing up, you know.
Right.
It's just a different taste to it right now.
Totally agree with everything that you said. I'll stop in and watch, see what it is. I ain't gonna say I'm not a diehard MLB fan. Like I just got through telling you, if my Chicago White Sox ain't in it, I don't really watch too much of it unless it's like postseason when it comes to the playoffs and everything. I understand that, like you said, they try to make it interesting with the winner of it gets home field advantage and all that stuff. My thing is, baseball been around for I don't know how many years, how many decades, and all of a sudden you're gonna try to change it. You should have left it alone. I think it would have evened itself out after a while. You didn't have to add no incentives up in there, and even when you add the incentives up in there, it really didn't change too much anyway. So
okay,
that's how I feel about that, and I agree with you that player doesn't stay on the team too long, and like you said, when it comes to baseball cards, not as cherishable as it used to be. So, but it is what it is. Home run derby is just like the dunk contest in the NBA. It's kind of like outplayed itself.
Right.
I don't know what you could substitute for it, but I'm sure if somebody sat down and think about it, they could make it more exciting or whatever. So, you know, congrats to everybody that made the All-Star teams. Congrats to the Chicago Cubs for locking up the infield, basically. And let's see how it rolls from there. You know, MLB All-Star game next Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yeah, the 12th, next Tuesday. So we got to wait and see. Let's move on to some NBA news. everybody know, if you've been under the rock, Kevin Durant on, I believe, July 4th, announced through the Players Tribune that he will be signing with the Golden State Warriors. Durant will sign a 2-year contract worth $54.3 million with a player option in the second year. Durant explained in his letter in the Players Tribune that he agonized over the decision, but ultimately chose the Warriors based on his opportunity to evolve and mature. As he stated in the letter, the primary mandate I had set for myself in making this decision was to have it based on the potential for my growth as a player, as that has always steered me in the right direction. But I am also at a point in my life where it is of equal importance to find an opportunity that encourages my evolution as a man, moving out of my comfort zone to a new city and community which offers the greatest potential for my contribution and personal growth. Really? Anyway, let me keep moving. With this in mind, I have decided that I am going to join the Golden State Warriors. Close quote. Having spent the entirety of his 9-year career to date with the Thunder / Seattle Supersonics franchise, Durant explained that he will miss Oklahoma City and is thankful for the fans and their community. As for the Warriors, adding Durant immediately erased the bitter taste of losing Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and it puts them squarely in the driver's seat. The 73-win roster from a season ago will only need to shed Andrew Bogut and release restricted free agent Harrison Barnes to open up enough room for the 5-time scoring champion. That would give the Warriors 4 all-NBA players, all in their early to mid-20s, and Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and now Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Curry apparently felt it necessary to send Durant a message hours after the meeting Friday night to assure him about his commitment to strength in numbers and unselfishness. According to a person who saw the text messages, Curry told Durant in the text message that he could care less about who is the face of the franchise, who gets the most recognition, or who sells the most shoes. Now let's remember, Stephen Curry is a Under Armour player. Kevin Durant is a Nike player. The 2-time NBA MVP also told Durant that if Durant won the MVP award again, he would be in the front row of the press conference clapping for him.
Right.
In closing, Curry's message to Durant was that all he truly cared about was winning championships, and he liked to do that as his teammate. So, what you think, bro, about the Kevin Durant signing to the Golden State Warriors? I've heard everything. I heard Stephen A. called it a coward move. Oh no, it was the weakest move ever by a NBA superstar. I've heard people call.
Yeah.
Who? Stephen A.
Yeah, Stephen A. But go ahead. Yeah.
I've heard people call it lame. People calling him a coward. I remember. Now let me just go through the list of what I've seen on social media. I seen a owner of a Oklahoma City bar, famous Oklahoma City bar, go to Durant's house, and it got a for sale sign in front of the house, and so it says for sale side by. It's supposed to be by the owner, but he wrote coward on there, and he's saying instead of burning I respect this. Instead of burning the jerseys, everybody just lay their jerseys on the front stoop of the house. Kevin Durant jerseys. I've seen. I didn't know Kevin Durant had a restaurant in Oklahoma City, and people are giving some crazy reviews. You know, of course, you know they butt sore because he's leaving, so they're giving like low stars, low marks on the reviews, and they sending shots through the reviews of the restaurant. The next day they took down the Kevin Durant poster from Chesapeake Arena.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. I understand Oklahoma City people getting kind of upset. But before I give you my thoughts, tell me what you think, man. What you think about Kevin Durant leaving? Do you have a problem with him leaving OKC? And do you have a problem with him going to the Warriors after the Warriors beat them a season ago?
Absolutely not. And absolutely not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just horrific that how society has viewed, you know, these athletes or whatever, they put them on such a high pedestal, you know, gods almost, you know, that you know, that you would even give that much energy to go by somebody's house, you know, to leave a jersey or write a bad review or, you know, or write on the post of their home or whatever. That, I mean, they're human. There are people that who play sports. That's all it is. That's all it is at the end of the day. They're people who play sports. They're people who entertain us. That's it. If Durant is in OKC entertaining you, somebody else is going to be in OKC entertaining you. And if you don't like nobody that's in OKC entertaining you, move out of OKC. Okay? That's right. That's the bottom line. Society is going way, way too over the top with this whole free agency thing and players move. Man, hell, they can do what they want to do. It's a job at the end of the day. You don't like your job, what do? You quit. You go somewhere else. It's the same thing. It's the same freaking thing. Now, as far as Durant, hey, going to Golden State, he been in OKC 9 years. We didn't get it done. We didn't get it done in OKC. I'm sorry. You know, I got a chance to go somewhere else, and maybe I can get it done there. You know, same nice group of guys or whatever kind of guy, more skilled, better players, nice coach or whatever, a different environment. You know, it's not just the game itself. I'm changing my whole life. You know, I'm moving, you know, on the other side of the freaking country. Right. You know, so everything changes, you know, and it couldn't have been about the money, as you see. You know, he signed for 2 years, $54 million. It's a lot of money, but it's garbage compared to what everybody else been getting. You know, so he just want to win. And he feel he got a better opportunity now, later in his career, to go to Golden State and win. Go somewhere where you want to go, not somewhere where you've been traded to, or you've been forced to go to, or whatever. You know, and I think it's ridiculous. He's been in OKC for 9 years. He played his ass off for 9 years in OKC. You know, like I said, I don't know what Westbrook plan on doing or whatever. He definitely don't want to be stuck on a team where there's no help, no chance of getting no good players or whatever, no chance of competing in the next year or two. So I'm behind him 100%. If I was him, hell yeah, I'd do it again. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I'm just gonna piggyback off of what you said. I agree with totally what you just got through saying. And listen, just like you said, dude, this is a game. This is a damn game. Yeah. And people lose their mind when I understand you loving the player, but you know, fans are short. The word fan is short for fanatic. Y'all got to get control of yourselves, man. You don't own this man. You don't own this player. Let's not forget, when you get drafted, you don't pick the team you go to. The team picks you.
Exactly.
So you fulfill your contract. Durant fulfilled his rookie contract, which was what, 3 years. He been there 9 years, which means to tell me he gave y'all another chance after the rookie contract to do something. He signed the extension. Y'all didn't do nothing. I mean, y'all did something. Don't get me wrong. Y'all been to the
very competitive.
They've been to the finals. Yeah. They've been to, just last year, they was one game away from getting to the finals.
Right.
He did what he's supposed to do for your team. Now he got the opportunity to leave. He is a free agent, which means this man is free. I don't mean to sound like it's no slavery or nothing like that, but he's a free agent. So he could pick and choose whatever he want to do. And he picked and choose what he want to do. He got wine and dined. He listened to what everybody had to say. Something, and not to jump off the subject. Shouts out to Jerry West. I don't know what this man be telling people. Everywhere he goes, whatever team he's behind, he builds that team up. It started with the Los Angeles Lakers. He got Shaq to go over there when he was a free agent in Orlando. I mean, right there.
Right.
He pulled Shaq. It ain't the first time some superstar. Hell, we just said LeBron, 2010, left the Cavaliers to the Miami Heat. So my thing was Jerry West is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He built up the Los Angeles Lakers. He built up the Memphis Grizzlies, made them to a prominent team in the NBA, and he built up the Golden State Warriors. So shouts out to shouts out to Jerry West for doing that. But back to the Durant situation, he must have said something that was real nice, and they brought Durant. I'm sorry, they brought Curry, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green to the meeting. Evidently, they did something to wow him. So I understand people being disappointed. I got that.
Right.
Got that for sure. But man, you got to get over this. I mean, people be tripping. But you got to, you know what? I believe Durant expected that. Like you say, it kind of hurted him because he's been there for 9 years and probably hurt him leave. But my next thing, what is there to do in Oklahoma City? For real. I mean,
it's hard to get players, free agents, to go there.
To go to these small market teams, So it's like you got to do what you got to do at the chance that you got to do it. And he tried, it didn't work, he moving on. There was something else I was going to say about that situation. It just slipped my mind. But and just like you said, it's not about the money because he's getting $300 million from Nike. He's looked like he's a smart individual that know how to save his money. He saved his money, so money ain't even the situation no more. It's about winning. He's in the prime of he's 28 years old. He's in the prime of his basketball career. He wants to get rings and plural while he still can.
You got some people like Stephen A. Smith calling him a coward and all that. You know what? That's a bunch of garbage too. I admit, back in the 90s or whatever, you didn't see the type of movement like this that you see now. But let's say Charles Barkley didn't stay with the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't stay there.
Mm-hmm. He was chasing rings too.
Exactly. He went. He went with Phoenix. And they came close. Right. Then you got some players who just, Patrick Ewing, he didn't get a ring. Then you got
Karl Malone.
At the end of his career, he chased a ring. He went to the Lakers. He went. Gary Payton. So I don't say that it didn't happen. Because it did happen with some of the Hall of Fame players or whatever. It's just more crazy now how things transpired now in today's NBA. But like I said, at the beginning of the day, they here to entertain you. It's a sport. At the end of the day, they're human. And they're gonna do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. You either turn the channel or you sit there and you watch. Buy your ticket or whatever you're gonna do. It's just ridiculous. I didn't think it got pretty bad. I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it is. As God, and you got to believe that when the season starts, folks don't really expect them to be all over them if they lose one game.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be all over them if they lose one freaking game.
Right.
So, and that's ridiculous, but that's the world we live in right now. The sport world. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, people saying his decision was different than LeBron's decision. Because LeBron went from a bad team to a good team to meet up with his boys. They saying Durant is leaving from a good team that was one game away from the NBA Finals and went to the guys that beat him. Okay, fine, we'll do whatever. Now I know I might be showing my age right here, but I do remember, if I'm not mistaken, when I was a shorty. Moses Malone was on the Houston Rockets. He was 24, 25 years old. He was beasting them. They went to I believe, the Western Conference Finals where they lost to who? The Los Angeles Lakers. That had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He figured that he didn't have any help. And what did he do? Man, they would go to the East Coast to Philly, join up with Dr. J and get this thing going. And of course, he went to Philly, got a championship ring.
Right.
So to everybody out there, like I said, I might have showed my age right there. This ain't the first time it's been done. And I don't even remember them even tripping on them like they're tripping now.
No, they didn't do that.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and calm y'all butts down and just let this man do him. He did. He helped. All the time he been in Oklahoma City, I have not heard him complain one time.
Not one time.
Not one time. So now he got the choice to do what he want to do. He tried it. It didn't work. Let me move on. And people would be tripping. People need to get a life. You know what I'm saying? And Now, instead of worrying about Durant's gone. Get that in your system. Now y'all need to worry about what y'all need to do to Russell Westbrook. Because some tells me, when you talked off air over the weekend where they had a conversation, Durant probably said, hey, bro, I believe they close. I heard stories that, Durant was upset because Westbrook was taking too many shots, or he plateaued and he ain't growing as a player.
That's the thing, though. I can't believe that, because he will leave that team. He will leave OKC with Westbrook supposedly taking too many shots. You going to a team now where ain't nothing but shooters.
Right.
Ain't nothing but shooters over here. So it's not that he's selfish and won't take all the shots, the majority of the shots, because he definitely wouldn't be going there.
Right.
That's why, that kind of shoots down all that other mess.
I totally agree, man. But once again, let's get back to Russell Westbrook. I believe like me and you, we've been working together for 28 years. If we have an opportunity to leave, I'm saying, hey, bro, what you gonna do? Because I will stay only for the fact that you stand. Right. So I'm telling me, Russell Westbrook told Durant, hey, bro, do you? Because when my time comes next year, I'm about this piece. This ain't the life I want to live.
Right.
We did what we had to do. So now, if you're Oklahoma City, what do you do with Russell Westbrook right now?
I try to trade him.
There you go.
I got
to. Yep. You had 2 of the top 5 superstars on your team. You got, if we want to say he got burnt, we'll say that. I ain't gonna say burnt, because he did what he was supposed to do. One of your superstars just left and you didn't get nothing for him. You looking at Russell Westbrook, and already been rumored that he's going to the Los Angeles Lakers when he's up, going back home. You got to trade him. You got to get something for him. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get the trade. And Presti, the general manager for the Thunder, has been doing great. He's organically grown that team through the draft. I don't know if he's going to go for draft picks. I don't know if he's going to go for young talent, but you got to hear what every team has to say and trade Russell Westbrook, because he is not going to stay there. I remember 5 years ago, you had Durant, Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, James Harden. You got rid of James Harden because I don't know if he was making noise and you knew he was going to leave. Mm-hmm. You got rid of him. Serge Ibaka, making noise. You trade him because you thought he was going to leave because he wasn't getting any shots. That's another story. I don't want to get into that right now. Now you was down to 2. You have 4 top NBA players down to 2. Now you're down to 1. You're gonna have to start over on the drawing board and like I said, get some picks, get some players, and start over. I think they still gonna be, now they got Victor Oladipo. You got Westbrook right now. Hey, just make sure out of ish, man.
Good team. They still got a good team. Do they have a championship team? Of course not. Do they have a playoff team? Hard to tell in the West.
Right.
Right. So.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on from there because I think we said all we had to say about Kevin Durant. Now, situation that happened last night.
Right.
When I was taking notes. Dwayne Wade is now a Chicago Bulls. Now, you know what? When the news first came out, I know how to. I put you like this: when the news first came out that he was Chicago Bulls, my wife looked at me like, "So what you think about this? You don't seem excited." And I told her, if this was 5 years ago when we tried to get him, I've been ecstatic.
Right.
The man's 34 years old. His prime been gone, and we overpaid him. Don't get me wrong, I like me some Dwayne Wade, but I'm not getting Dwayne Wade I was asking for when he was fresh 5 years ago. I'm getting this. This is how I feel about the situation between the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade, and Chicago Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Wade got hurt because his girlfriend didn't treat him right. So they broke up, and Chicago Bulls is the rebound. That's basically what it is right there in a nutshell. And that's the best way I could put it. Because it does not add up to me. And I'm gonna put the stupidity on Chicago Bulls for falling for the okie doke. Let's just listen to me real quick. Number one, what is the makeup of the Chicago Bulls? You get rid of Thibodeau, you hire Fred Hoiberg. Why? Because you want a fast-paced, up-tempo offense with some shooters. You pick up Rajon Rondo. You got Jimmy Butler. Now you got Dwayne Wade. One of them. Yes, I said not none one of them. I do have a college education, but I'm speaking from the heart. Not one of them can shoot a 3-pointer to save their lives. What's the up tempo? You got Dwayne Wade who cannot run up and down the field. Run up and down the court like that. You got Rajon Rondo that all he could do is pass. What is our MO? What is our identity? Let me know, please, because I still don't know. Number two, you got rid of Derrick Rose, which I agree with it. Get rid of Derrick Rose, who's 27 years old. You was paying him $21.3 million. You get a 34-year-old, and you paying him more, 24.3. What mathematics are they using? You had Derrick Rose on a 1-year contract. Now you got Wade on a 2-year contract. Where does that make sense to me as a GM? Number three, we still not gonna make the playoffs. Everybody else got better, and we stuck in the mud. Indiana Pacers got better. They got Al Jefferson. Minnesota's on the west. I was about to say Timberwolves. Philadelphia got better. I don't even know if we could beat Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to understand this we both diehard Chicago Bulls fan, and as fans, I want someone to explain to me how this makes it. How is this better? We don't even know if we're gonna get Dwayne Wade for a whole year. He had a great year last year, but he's known to have bad knees, bad shoulders. Dude, explain to me, man. I'm done. I'm done venting, man.
I can't really explain. I got okay, like I said a couple weeks ago, Derrick Rose to me haven't played for the Bulls since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you had to move him. My first question is, if you don't pick up Wade, who's the starting guard for Chicago Bulls this season?
Okay.
Now
it would be Rondo, right?
No. Rondo's going to play your point.
Oh, you talking about number two?
Who's your 2 guard?
Wouldn't it be Butler?
Butler's going to go to the 3.
Now he's going to the 3. Is that his natural position?
I think it was his natural position.
Okay.
You know, this whole thing goes back to, it's still going to go back to you depending on Meritage. You depending on what's the other guard?
The guard?
Nah, forward.
Dunleavy? Oh, well, no. It was Dunleavy. No, McDermott.
McDermott, yes. Who's shown flashes,
mm-hmm.
But the thing about both of those guys is the playing time. When Thibodeau was here, they wasn't getting the playing time. They wasn't getting the playing time. And we all found out because they didn't play defense, which is what Thibodeau was saying in the beginning. Anyway, so now Thibodeau gone. Last year, you got all the freaking playing time in the world that you want, and you still don't do nothing. Okay. No, I didn't agree with the Dwayne Wade signing. I thought it was a PR move. It works out better for Wade because he get to come home. He got family here, whatever. If he would decide to finish his career here, that's what'll happen if he decide to play the last 2 years here. And he getting paid handsomely for it. Are they a playoff team? In the East, it's hard to tell. I had to say, yeah, they probably be the 6th or 7th seed, if not the 8th. 8th, of course, be the worst seed. But yeah, I think they got a chance to make the playoffs. I don't see the big picture. I thought that they would tear it up and blow it up totally. You got rid of Rose, you got rid of Noah, you moved them pieces or whatever. I thought they would strictly try to get younger. They didn't do that by signing Wade. You know, Wade should be going to a contender if he's going to leave Miami is what I thought. But again, going back to what we saying with Durant, hey, these are athletes. They human. They go where the hell they want to go. They're free agents. They can go wherever the hell they want to go and play for whomever they want to play for. You know, and that's the bottom line. You know, and as a sports fan, whatever, you either eat it or you change the channel. They got 20 plus teams in the NBA. Pick one.
Okay, I hear everything that you're saying, bro. I got you. You gonna have to, like I said, the season got to start. We got to see how it goes. But I do not see them making the playoffs, man. Everybody else got better,
right?
We talking about in the East. You got the Indiana Pacers. You got the Detroit Pistons, Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Who else? Miami Heat. That's 4 teams right there. Who else? I'm trying to think offhand what it is. I mean, you got too many teams out here that's gotten better. Now, you already missed the playoffs last season. Now, where do you fit in? I'm looking at this right now. Where do you fit in? Who you gonna beat? Who you gonna dump off? Who you gonna beat? I guess that's my question right there. Who else there that made the playoffs last year that you good enough to beat?
Toronto, the Bulls owned them last year.
But they made it to the play. They was there.
Yeah, they was there.
Man, I'm glad you optimistic. I sure don't see it, man.
They was there. I think they'll be a playoff team. What kind of playoff team? I don't know. I think. Let me just say this. Say this. Right now, the Chicago Bulls team that's assembled right now today is better than they had last year.
Okay.
And you tell me they not.
I think it's the same. Personally, I don't see anything I don't see any addition that will upgrade this team. You got older players,
okay, on
the team. I'm still not sold on the head coach. I'm giving him one more year. I just don't know what the organization. I don't know the MO of the organization. I think that's the most frustrating thing right there. At least, are we going to be a grinding team? I don't know. Are we going to be something like the Memphis? I don't know. Are we going to be a shooting team?
Supposed to be a grinding team because that was the whole purpose of switching coaches.
Exactly.
You know? And I don't, I'm not sold on Hoiberg. There was nothing in his resume to say to me that he was ready for the NBA. You know, I think he had a friend sitting in the GM box and said, hey, I can hire who I want to hire. I'm going to hire my friend, you know, and make it happen that way. Cause I already don't like this guy I got to deal with in here. Yeah, he's a winner. You know, I mean, Thibodeau, hey, despite what you may say, the Bulls, when you play the Chicago Bulls, they're not scoring no points, you know. Yeah, the Bulls might freaking score 76 points, but they ain't giving up a 70.
Right. You
know? So that's the thing. You know, people didn't look at it like that, you know, but hey, it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, I have to agree. And we got a couple that ceiling was gonna be 92 million. It's up to 94 with the $84 million floor. So you got, as a team, you have to spend mediocre players. We ain't even talking about superstars. We're talking about mediocre players getting 30, 40, 50, $80 million. I'm looking at this list. First one, Aaron Aflalo, getting 2 years, $25 million with the Kings. Okay, halfway decent. Too much. Ryan Anderson. DJ Augustine, 4 years, $29 million. That's all right. I'm gonna go over Harrison Barnes. They handcuffed him to the GM, so they want nothing like the GM handcuffed himself to Harrison Barnes. I'm sure $94 million. You ain't got to handcuff me, bro. I'll go ahead and sign this. Don't worry about it, man. So Harrison Barnes over there. Nicholas Batum. I like some Nicholas Batum. I thought he would have been a great Chicago Bull. But this man's in $20 million.
Not worth it.
No, not for one, not for the player of his stature.
No.
Bradley Beal. I knew he was gonna get paid, but 5 years, 128 million.
25.
Come on, man.
Yeah, almost. Well,
yeah,
5 years. Not worth it.
Mike Conley.
Hell no.
The richest player in NBA history. Russell Westbrook, Mike Conley. And I know it sounds like I'm throwing shade on Mike Conley. I like Mike Conley. I thought he was underrated. He was underrated first couple of years as a point guard. But this man signed with the Grizzlies, re-signed with the Grizzlies for 5 years, $153 million. Damn it, is the team even worth that much? Wow. You paying it all to one player who had his face busted last year. Kudos to him because he got back in, put on the mask, and played. But, dude, that is too much money. Guaranteed money at that.
Guaranteed.
Who else on here? Jamal Crawford, 3 years, $42 million. That's all right. Let me re-sign with the Pistons for 5 years, $130 million.
Can't hit a free throw, but
good. Do we? I'm trying to see if we got another $100 million.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan.
There you go. I was getting down that list. Wait. Let me look at this list real quick. Al Horford with the Boston Celtics, 4 years, $113 million. Dwight Howard, $70 million, 3 years. That's halfway decent. Courtney Lee, $48 million with the Knicks. Come on, man. All right. Well, let me get down to wait. Who'd you say?
Throwing the money away.
Timothy Mozgov, 4 years, $64 million. He didn't even play last year, did he? He was on the championship team. Didn't even play. You already paid Conley $153 million. Now you're gonna pay Parsons. I think. Just say. I'm sorry. Was it DeRozan?
Yeah.
How much was 130?
5 years, $139 million.
And people, let me just before we end this show, and we're gonna close out soon. Get used to it because the cap is getting higher. It's at $94 million this year. They're saying next year it's gonna be at $127 million. 2019, $126 million. Before everything's said and done, they saying in 2021 the cap will be at $136 million. Man, if I on Twitter, NFL players like this doesn't make any damn sense. NFL players, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. You had your CBA, y'all decided not to even try to muscle these owners for giving them more money. That's what it is. Ain't nobody tell you to pick that sport.
And I still in the NFL, they making more than the NBA.
Yeah. Whoa, what? Oh, you talking about the owners?
The owners.
Yeah, you got the number one sport.
Yes,
you have the number one sport, and your players ain't getting none of that.
None of that. Sport.
Yeah.
You know, of course, they don't have an 82-game season, but 16 games, hey, it is ridiculous.
You know, players. Next time the CBA come around, I don't think it's gonna happen in order for something to change. That's the only way an NFL player is gonna make some money. But it like you say, it is what it is. NBA players, go get your money. It's out there for the taking. And before we leave, David West, is he stupid?
No.
David West.
I hear what you're saying.
Last year left $11 million.
Last year, 12.4. Opted out last year, chased the ring, didn't get it, didn't work out. Okay. That goes back to what we were saying. I done made my money. It's not even about the money no more. I done played all these years. I done played my basketball my whole career. I done play at the highest level. Get a ring, I ain't got to be busting my butt. I can play, give the squad 10 minutes a night, you know, whatever. And I got a legitimate shot at getting the ring. Yeah, I'll take that pay cut because it's not about the money.
I hear you.
You're going to find out. You're going to find out. It's going to be a couple more good veteran players do the exact same thing. Exact same thing.
1.3 billion? You can't. I hear you. I totally agree with what you're saying.
I think it was like to end up being like 2.4 or something like that. But you would think with all the money that's been, that's why it sounds so strange to you. Not an absurd amount of money, but it's still a lot of money.
I hear you. Like you said, hopefully he saved up the money he made off the Indiana Pacers, and now, like you say, he just chased the ring.
He would have left. He wouldn't have left that $12.4 million out there like that.
I don't know if I could do that, bro. I understand I want a ring, but leave at 12 first. So he left 11.3 on the table or something like that. No, man. Remind me.
30 minutes
That was
like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Walked away from him. Like, I don't need it. You know, I ain't heard from him since.
Larry, we got millions of dollars. I don't know if I can leave that much money on the table, man. I'm gonna have to.
I hear you. That's why. I agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I couldn't leave it. Hey, screw that ring. I gotta get paid.
Right. Totally. All right. You made your point. You made your point. All right, bro. All right, man. Let's go ahead, close shop, get up out of here, man. I want to thank you here. Click on the follow button so you can be alerted of all the new episodes that we have here at Get With It Sports Media. We have the NFL weekly picks during the NFL seasons, sports notes where I give you a 30-minute synopsis of the daily events, and the Mile High Stampede, which is my baby and a place where we talk all Denver Broncos, my favorite NFL team. Check out our videos. Me at Get With It Sports, my partner here, Brandon at LEB412. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/Get With It Sports, and contact us via email at getwithitsports2. That's the number 2 at gmail.com. And this was Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
And I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk. And as always, be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.